My guest, Jeff Cunningham, aka Jeff the Entrepreneur. I want to start off by saying I am a part of an accountability group led by Dennis Yu. So for those that don't know Dennis Yu, he's done marketing for the Warriors. He spoke at Facebook and Yahoo, and just recently the notorious YouTube star Jake Paul. So the reason I'm bringing this up is because we had an assignment to create a topic wheel. And I met Jeff, the entrepreneur. He is on my topic wheel for entrepreneurship. I think that he can give us a lot of insight into this topic. So I went on Jeff's website and his YouTube channel, and I saw that you have a motto, inspire others always. And I feel like you were the perfect fit of entrepreneurship. And I heard the story of your brother, and I just really want to extend my condolences to you. And I also want to commend you how you turned this painful experience and into something that fuels your life. So I want to talk to Jeff about the path of an entrepreneur. He has a website, jeffccunningham.com. He's launched a coffee brand, Kokomo J's. It's something that you and your brother spoke about before he passed. Maybe you can give our listeners, what it takes to really be an entrepreneur. For those who've had an idea and they never really took the next step, which was like write it down, and then who never went even further, which is like executing. So I want to talk to you about your path in entrepreneurship, what your dreams are for the future, and some of your best memories you've had thus far in your journey.
Wow, that's the best intro I've had to date right now on this. So I appreciate that. I thank you so much for that. Definitely done your research. I can see why you're in a great accountability group with such greats. It's great to be surrounded by you. So thank you for that. I just basically want to say, so kind of to really kind of zero down and really taking action, which is really what it really comes down to. I think a lot what comes behind this motto right here, inspire us always. After my brother passed away, I've always been very punchy how I said stuff. That's why I related to Grant Cardone, who's very punchy sometimes, kind of crazy. So I made this motto for myself because when I started interviewing more successful business owners of me, I had an old podcast called the Almost Daily JeffCunningham.com podcast, and I interviewed business owners. And one thing I noticed is the good business owners, the super wealthy ones, always want to inspire me to do it, right? And then I thought, man, that's the one trait I want to carry when I do a business. I want to inspire others always, and I don't want to demean or tear anybody down. I just want to lift people up wherever I go. And before my brother passed, I was inspiring him that me and him, we both wrote down on a napkin a dream to open the coffee shop music studio called Kokomo J's. And this is literally it's full transparent in pursuit of that dream. So we made it on a money goal too, and I want to keep the money goal, and then I'm going to open a whole bunch. We haven't opened a Kokomo J's yet. Probably could take the funding and do it, but really want to make sure, especially with COVID right now, it's probably better not to do it now. Get more secure. I invested in some real estate. I invested in 2 software companies, have equity in one, and then and just had a lot of success making money online. So now I became a full-time coach, helping other people, inspiring them to make more money to then fund their dream. And that's kind of where we're at present day of the journey, learning from so many great people and connecting with people like you.
Are you guys going to sell the coffee?
So this is full. So what happened with the coffee? So I don't probably need any more energy. Probably never did. When I grew up in life, people always used to call me retarded and all these different names just because I was a little different. And I remember because I was the type of guy who couldn't sit at a beach. I always wanted to do something, right? And that's kind of me all the time. That's why I'm always, you notice with a lot of entrepreneurs, even my main mentor right now, JC Tenati, we were sitting having lunch and we're working. It's like, it's kind of a curse. You can't turn it off, right? So what happened was that after my brother passed away on drugs, fentanyl, I went to wake him up. He did not wake up. At that moment, it really hit me so hard. I got depressed. I was a teacher at a behavioral middle school. My student committed suicide. And I was in the same funeral home right after that. And I was so lost. One of the head teacher girls that me and her kind of were romantically involved at one point. HR said, hey, if you talk to her, you're fired. I said, well, fire me now. I don't care if I live. And that's when they put me into 4 therapy lessons. The lady said, hey, I think you need ADD and OCD medication. I said, fine, medicate me up. And I went home to my dad. My dad, who definitely had all the inspiration, had good advice, but never was very entrepreneurial. He said, Jeff, you've been through a lot. Gave me a book, Power of Subconscious Mind, and showed me a video by Grant Cardone. That's when I watched a video of Grant Cardone on depression. It lit a fire in me. For those 6 months before I started my business, I went and sat down in different coffee shops, envisioning Kokomo J's. I bought a coffee roaster. I grew off coaster beans. I went to a roastery in New York. This actually, I don't even tell this story much of it. I had everything, and I knew I did a whole business plan, like how much it would cost to build exactly what I want, coffee shop, music studio, right? And then I realized, if I go and open this, nobody knows about it. I'm going to have to market it and everything. And I watched Gary Vee. You know who Gary Vee is?
I've heard of him.
Yeah, so he always talks to you. What does he talk about always buying? What does he want to buy one day?
Oh, a sport, the Eagles. The football
Yeah, well, the Jets, right?
Sorry.
But people know. But at least you knew kind of that he wants to do that, right? So what I decided to do is, okay, let me get to $77 million first. It was mine and my brother's goal, right? Of that amount of money. There's no shortage of money. I've always been good at making money. I just always spent on girls when I was younger. So now, like, I don't do any of that. Now I just focus. And because of that, now my goal is to help 77 million people make more money, right? Like, everybody around me has made more money. It's actually really cool right now. So I did the coffee thing for a while and realized, you know what? I could open this tomorrow and everything, but if it fell under, and I'm going to name it Kokomo J's in honor of my brother, it would devastate me. So I want to build up my life so strong and learn about business through and through, how to do stuff the right way, right? That then when I build it up, I will have the most inspiring business, the most inspiring coffee shop. You know, we all go to Dunkin' Donuts or Starbucks, right? To get through the day. I want everybody there almost to be, because I think everybody can be a therapist. Everybody can listen to someone and feel how they are, especially in like that coffee setting. So I want people to come for a coffee and leave with a feeling. So we're in pursuit of the dream right now. But now I have different roasteries. I already have a lot of connects. I have people shopping property for me in, where is it? Costa Rica, the guy Phil.
Oh,
So
that's amazing.
Yeah, so I have people looking all over, so that way if the location, because real estate is everything. Nobody didn't realize this. For a business,
Yes.
location and real estate is everything. So the first one I want to buy, it has to have the best location, be the best market. Timing is everything. Like, this wouldn't work right now. If I went to open it now, it would be horrible during COVID, right? So the Lord, I'm a Jesus guy. I think the Lord's looking out for me. The fact that I didn't take that plunge and I went into the software investment, because I have a lead generation software. But then once I open the coffee shop music studio, I can use my own software to then get people to come into it. So it's kind of full circle on how I'm really going to build. I don't just want to open just a coffee shop. I want Starbucks. You know Starbucks, right?
Yes.
So did you ever read the book Starbucks by Howard Schultz?
I know I haven't read that. I need to read that.
So I'm doing exactly what he's doing. He did a whole bunch of real estate investments, had a few investments before he went and bought a franchise and turned it over. And that's kind of what I'm going to do.
Oh yeah, I'm a huge believer in real estate. I tell people that all the time, that's you have to have multiple income streams, and real estate has to be your long-term wealth plan. And that's so crazy that you bring up Costa Rica. I just opted in to receive for sale listings in Costa Rica, like international listings. So if I see anything, I'll let you know.
Yeah, that's why it's good to do stuff like this. Like you're saying, take time of your busy day. One connection leads to something else. I don't know if do you know who Dee Dee Wong is? She was the girl, she's an angel investor who I wanted to pitch my software to. That's why I'm going to be on an Amazon Prime show in the fall, because
Wow.
it's just crazy stuff that's going on right now,
What show will it be? I'd love to catch you on
So
that.
it's called Speak Up. There was season 1. Dee Dee Wong, who I'm a big fan of, she's someone that definitely will come up. People don't realize in your journey, this is what I coach all the time. Right now I have a full-time coaching business where I have one of my clients about to make $8K this month. It's amazing. It's really rewarding, right? Which is little. I know there's better coaches that make more money. I just take the people what they are. I find their skill, right? Because a lot of people through life, gone through life, and they've been told what to do, and they just do, and they get in their comfort zones. I find people's skill, and then I find their passion, what they want. And a great entrepreneur always sells the vision. Just when I'm selling the vision of Kokomo J's right now, you always got to sell the vision of it, So if you go to jeffscoaching.com or jeffjcunningham.com, you will see exactly what I'm doing right now and a few testimonies to help people get to their vision. Because there's a quote in life, if you help enough people get what they want, you'll get what you want. So all these people later on, I think they'll come back and buy a coffee when Kokomo J's opens, whether it's in Costa Rica or wherever, So but whether they do or not, seeing them win is a win for myself, And a lot of them too have they bought a lot of courses, books and everything. One kid spent $20K on like a coaching thing and everything. His name's Antoine. I'll give him a shout out. He's a great coach now. He's actually the one. And he was like, Jeff was the catapult to my success. I was able to figure out, I was like, no, man, you got it. This is what you need to do. And it's definitely the most fulfilling fulfilling business I had right now. And I'm actually going to be adding on more coaches and scaling out that business. So.
Yeah, you sent me the video with you and Grant Cardone.
I've done so much since then.
You actively pursued him, right? And connected with him.
Yeah, so I wrote down goals. So anybody, I would say, so wherever anybody's listening to right now, write down goals or speak out affirmations. Right now, say, I have a millionaire mind, money's attracting me, I create time, I create money. One of those things, and say it every day until you start to believe it, right? Those are the best tips I can give you going forward then, but also write it down. Write down exactly what you want going forward and everything, And so I wrote down, Grant Cardone will know who I am. For whatever reason, it meant a big deal to me. I wanted to, I didn't want to live. I literally said, God, I don't care if I wake up. I felt like if I fell asleep and didn't wake up, I would have been okay. I think everybody's had that feeling at some time. Even right now with all the recent success coming on, I'm actually more stressed about it. Like it's almost like, but so it was very important for me that Grant knew that he had an impact on my life. I don't know why, but it was. So I wrote down that he'll know who I was, and I wound up getting just live that day. And I just got out of actually I was wearing the same shirt when I was coaching somebody. The same shirt I was wearing, I was just coaching somebody. Inside there was a fitness guy, Spanish fitness dude. And then I went in, and that's when the live happened with Grant Cardone, which has been my most shared video, shared 5,000 times. So.
Yeah, and did you just mention Elena? Were you just talking to Elena Cardone, his wife, right now?
Yeah, so Elena, right from this whole thing here, she's actually, I interviewed her just recently, and she's helped me out a lot with women. Her friend Bobby, congratulations, she's having a baby with Joe Vargas Hustler, who I probably shouldn't say this, but this is inspiring. He blocked me because I think he was jealous of me. I'm a good-looking guy. But either way, he's having a kid with her, man. I want to go to the wedding. I want to buy him a gift. So Joe Vargas, if you're hearing this, man, I love you. I went live with him. He's a multimillionaire. With CBD and all his home thing. He reminds me a lot of my older brother. But because of that whole connection with Bobby and everything led me to Elena. Elena became a big fan of me now, even asking me certain things, we're more on the friendly term. We're like, hey, what do you think the book should be worth, the men's manual? I'm like, $100, man. No guy knows how to find a girl who's an entrepreneur, So that's it. She encouraged me to write a list right now for what I'm looking at in a woman, so I don't get distracted by all the Spanish girls, Everybody who knows me. I like challenges, right? I'm an entrepreneur. So definitely Latinas are pretty challenging, man,
Okay, so let's talk about the books that you read. What's your top book that you like?
Well, the top book is by far the one that turned it around for me was the 10X Rule. Because what it did for me, it just made me wake up to take action. I was always want real estate. I was a teacher. I was on a teacher salary. I was able to maneuver with my great finance guy, Rob Weinberg, good Jewish dude. He was able to help me, which, by the way, he invests in IULs, which is now the new thing. I'm going for I'm going to get building Changing Lives Financial, which is a financial service with my brother. My older brother passed away. My younger brother, Joshua, Lewis Growth. So I'm very good at visionary. Entrepreneurs are very good at building businesses. So I'm building a structured business for them. So if anybody's looking for a job listening to this, wants to be a part of Changing Lives Financial, we're taking on people who really care about helping people grow and protect their wealth and eliminating debt and all the good stuff that's not taught in schools. Because I was a teacher. We're going to teach to families, and we're going to try and get to 77 million families financial free with that. Changing Lives Coaching is cool. I'll make people money. Now, Changing Lives Financial, my brother's going to own that business, and that we're going to have people working under to get people certified, licensed, and to actually get them in a better investment field, whether it's real estate or whatever.
How do you plan your day out? You're getting a lot done and you only have 24 hours in the day. Anyone that wants to be an entrepreneur, they need to know how to, follow a schedule, because you don't have a boss telling you what to do. You're generating revenue through your ideas, through your plans, execution. So do you have like a system you use? Any advice you can give to people that are kind of like they have a lot of ideas, but nothing really ever comes to fruition for them because they're not maybe organized or they don't think they have the tools to do it?
And I'll first say, I could always get better at everything, but Ed Milet gave me this, and this is what I've been using in the past. This has helped me get more done. Break your day into 3 days. First, figure out how much hours of sleep you need. I need 6 hours, okay? 6 hours, I operate the best. If it's more, I'm a little lazy. If it's less, I'm irritable, right? So 6 is what I need. So I'm going to come out with a course soon that's going to basically do debt elimination, but also figure out, we're going to do a test and figure out how much your body needs to sleep, kind of ideally, and kind of live with that. And then break your day down to 3 different days. So take one day and start at 6 a.m. I encourage anybody, try and beat the sun up. Grant says that all the time. But really do it. Millionaires and billionaires wake up at 4 and 5 a.m. A lot of entrepreneurs do. Brad Lee was up at 4 a.m. the other day. So try and get to that. It'll get you to bed earlier. Start the day at 6 a.m. Do a 6 to 12 day. That's day one. Plan out your day every 3 hours. So 6 to 9, I'm doing this, right? Because the schedule is that all the way to 12. Day one's done. I focus on one type of whatever I'm focusing on then. Let's say it's the Make More Money podcast, which I have, right? I'll do that in the morning, do an interview with Sam Bakalar, which is coming out soon. The second day is 12. See how I'm always marketing, always putting stuff in?
Yeah, I see that.
Grant taught me that. So 12 to 6 is the second day, right? So very similar, just plug in that. Try and always plan out your day that. And then now here, I planned out today, I'm on day 3 right here, all in day 1, 6 to 12. So I actually have been trying to get to bed earlier than 12 right now, but I know I have at least the leisure to go in 12. And what people don't realize, man, I don't want to say a schedule is structure and freedom. Because then remember, you control your own life. Once you have everything scheduled, okay, I have podcast interview 8 to 9. I can then move around stuff. Like I had a coaching call before this. I then said, hey guys, I'm done at 8. I'm starting right here because I had my schedule. See, so you're kind of in control of your life for that.
I think it's important to tell people too that you started with a pen and a paper. You have to write your ideas down and use your network, just like I'm doing right now, right? I'm using my network to build content and to learn and to see how we can partner or what will happen after this. But I think that's what a lot of people fail to do is, you really need to look into your immediate sphere of influence, and you'll be surprised just by the people that you know.
One thing else that you did really well, which I'm going to give a shout out to this girl, will probably be on, I got to do a training with Anna Gonzalez. I don't know if you know who that is. She has an Instagram growth service. I'll give her some free Anna thing. She, another very good looking Spanish girl. She has all her good looking photos and then tries to promote and then gets frustrated. She's like, cause, I can't, because people want me because she's like, I took down a few of my bikini pics, and she's all like that type of girl, right? If you're going to put those pictures, start your OnlyFans and make money because that's the market you did. Like Really go for whatever thing. One thing you've done very smart that you have a marketing brand. Yes, you're going to put your face out there, but like you've done it in a different way where it was marketing. I didn't even know it was you when you messaged me. And then when you messaged me, I was like, oh, it's this girl. So it was actually really, it's really good because you're staying true to your brand. So you're already one step ahead.
Yeah, I mean, just until recently, my personal Instagram has been private. My Angie Smalls.
Well, why is that? Why was it private?
Because to me, it's more of like a membership. It's not an OnlyFans, but like they need a request.
Should be. If you're gonna treat it like a membership, then you should do something like that. You should charge people.
That's truly the main reason is like the membership mentality.
I'm gonna give a little blast off to my boy Mike Searock. He's one of the 10X dudes. He does the Waymo crew. I usually have his hat around. Sometimes I'll rock. He send me a free hat. But with Mike Searock, so I'm gonna unfollow everybody at one time. I used to own a software that did all that. And then I'm going to have people paid to follow me. I've already built a little bit of a brand right now. Not crazy, but a little bit. People are a little curious now. So because of that, like monetize everything. This is what I teach everybody to do. So if I don't act and do it, and I'm really doing it, my goal to 77 million is the best. If anybody pays me money, it's going to the best possible things, It's not going to buy a girl Louis Vuitton purse anymore, so.
No. I mean, unless it's for me, then. Yeah, that's so funny that you said monetize everything. That's a great tip. That's another roadblock people have in their minds, right? To decide to do that, to have confidence, to charge people for their time, especially when you're first starting out.
if you just search Jeff J. Cunningham and Elena Cardone on YouTube, you'll find it there. Or just search on, if you have on Apple or any of the podcasts, Make More Money Podcast. I believe it was episode 6.
Wow, that's amazing that you interviewed her. That's mind-blowing.
Yeah, and we have Dana White coming as soon as this comes out. Dana White of the UFC. Yeah, I met him at 10X. Really cool guy. I've been in talks with him. Corona shut it down. We were supposed to do it. He's coming on. Mark Cuban. I interviewed his brother, Brian. I was going to have Mark on. Not to get all political and stuff, but I shared some stuff politically, and I don't know if Mark's going to come on now, but we'll see. I'm going to probably stay away from politics, so I have to run. But
okay, so I've never heard of his brother, Brian.
Yeah, so his brother, Brian, was the addicted lawyer, and he basically, like my older brother, I lost to drugs. He was addicted to drugs and pain. That's one of the most powerful episodes you'll hear, because you can actually hear an addict, how he recovered from it, and living with a successful brother, Mark, who was very entrepreneurial. It's actually a sad interview, but it's a powerful interview where he actually teaches me stuff. Because of my story with my brother, I have a lot of addicts come to me all the time, and that one connection interview with Brian Cuban has helped me then deal with addicts and tell them, hey, living's the most important thing. Just stay alive, and then we can go from there. You know, there's not one way is better than the other.
Okay, these all sound so amazing. So we can listen to these. Just Google "How to Make Money with Jeff" podcast.
Yeah, make more money podcast.
Okay.
You got to put Make More Money podcast, and I created that way because I want people to make more money and be typing it in, especially growth-minded people. As long as you don't do drugs and you're growth-minded, I'll help you make money. And the podcast is just really to sell the vision of it, of so these people have made a lot of money or been around people who've made money, to give you hope. And then I always give money tips right in the beginning of the episode as well too.
What did you say that you think Mark Cuban doesn't agree with?
Yeah, okay, good. That's a great question. So here's the deal. When the whole George Floyd thing happened and Black Lives Matter, right?
Mm-hmm.
I met with a head police officer in my town. I live in Connecticut, and I met with a politician. I guess I won't say his name because like that'll be like slander or whatever, and inspire as always. Long story short, the police officer said, hey, go look up Trump's First Step Act. I wrote a policy, a law. I was going to do a TikTok video about the Change Challenge, and I was going to what I was going to do is make something go viral. It's kind of like Blackout Tuesday did, and I was going to do a Change Challenge and have people sign a petition to pass a law, right, to end racism, basically, in cop stuff, right? It was similar to banning chokeholds. It was all the different things in there, the database to keep to track bad cops type deal, right? Anyway, trying to get forward, what I did realize, the politician said, who do you think you are, Candace Owens? Do you know who Candace Owens is?
Yeah, I do.
So I didn't know who Candace Owens was. Went and watched her, right? That totally awoke me of just everything there. I put out a video about it. And about how I got mad when the same law that I wanted got blocked by, and I'm going to get in trouble saying this, but it got blocked by Democrats. Whether or not you hate or like Trump, he's disrupted the whole establishment. As an entrepreneur, I think it's great because it's actually it's changed a lot of stuff from the status quo. And Mark Cuban doesn't like Trump, so I kind of said something positive. And listen, I'll give everybody Trump's dictator, all that stuff. I'll give you all that stuff, right? The guy has definitely, he's definitely done more. If you look at the First Step Act, what he's done for what a law that's been passed by Joe Biden and all the Democratic policy. Martin Luther King Jr. is one of my favorite people. As soon as he got assassinated, they put in something called welfare, which has been keeping more Black Americans. The girls could have babies, and this is not just black, white too, but definitely there. They have abortion clinics that will abort babies, no problem, right? Like in that, right? So this is all taken away from Black America. And so like Black lives do matter. And people got mad at me for saying that too. They 100% matter. They matter more now than ever. But everyone, right? Like 100% if it's a racist cop thing, but 100% Breonna Taylor, 100% if it's, whatever, anybody at the protest dying. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
so I'm very passionate about that. And my dad, I didn't release the YouTube video. The George Floyd reaction, I recorded a video. My dad says, you won't do anything about the black and white problem to solve it. And my whole life, Angela, I've always done something when people say I haven't done it. So I will definitely be an activist against evil to help, not civil rights, equal rights with a lot of Black America, with everybody, not just blacks, man. There's it all the time. I'm sure, you get a whole bunch of stuff as well, no matter where you're at, but just there has been a stigma that I've seen. I played football in Hartford. I've seen stuff. I'm going to be the change I want to see in the world. And that's it. I'm just frustrated because politically, to do it, you need laws passed, and everybody has agendas, and it's really evil, actually.
I was interviewing Danny Trejo. We kind of touched on this topic a little bit. And that's the way to change, is to vote.
Vote for Kanye.
Do not vote for Kanye, please, people. Are you voting for Kanye?
I will not tell it. I'm undecided. Sway me. That's how I tell everybody what I am, and that's kind of where we go from it.
But he's not really on the ballot.
Yeah, I just say, listen, I say anything to get attention.
He's doing a fake campaign because his album's dropping July 24th.
So, I don't know. I actually think Joe Biden should pick Candace Owens as his running mate.
I think if he was smart, he would have Kamala Harris as the VP.
This is my ex-girlfriend right here. And listen, for the viewers, this is going to be viewed on YouTube.
Oh my God.
I have her
from Natalia.
I have her on my credit card. Yeah, Natalia. You want to hear from her?
Yeah, answer it.
Let's do it. Hey, Jeff J here to make your day. Guess what I'm doing right now?
What?
I'm doing a podcast interview.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, you're on it. You want to say hi?
No.
Well, you're going to be mad at me, but I was like, so I brought you a little bit into my life right here. Can I call you back after this?
Call me later, yeah.
All right, goodbye. She's going to be so mad. Sorry, that's what I do. There was a thing. I didn't share it. Let me show you.
Thank you for being a great sport, Natalia.
See, you know what? And that's what I think that's why I like Latina girls so much, because I like that little like fire and that little like stand for something. Like here's the thing. I always joke with and I don't joke. I tell everybody I'm a feminist, and I mean it in the best possible way. I stand up for women to be strong. I think we need women as leaders of voice. I'm a huge fan of Lena Cardone. I do think everybody's up there. I think I definitely want to see like, a female president one day. I put a lot of my money into IUL, which is what I teach people to. If you're young enough, you can grow, you can bank on yourself and borrow money against. These are money strategies that America doesn't know, that I'm passionate about getting to people, anybody it is. One thing Grant did just recently is he donated $1 million to underprivileged education from financial education. I'm honored to be actually on that wheel of authority.
Only the three people, right? I only have 3 people for entrepreneurship.
Yeah, I mean, but if you go back to that wheel, or if I go back to it, everybody there, this is one coaching thing. Everybody there is an entrepreneur. True.
But you really are focused on teaching others that.
Exactly. But I do think all entrepreneurs focus on it. Like one thing I focus on is people spend a lot of money in stuff and it wasn't working and they're kind of stuck, and they just need the 3 action plan, the blueprint on what to do next. Not a long course to sit through, not anything like that. I've done it all. I've done, not at all, but I've done a lot where I can actually figure out someone and get them into success right away so they can make money. I had someone making $2,500 the week of COVID, It's a great feeling. So, now we're just going to keep building on it as I keep going live on all my stuff here.
I love what you're doing. The more and more I learn about you, I just super inspired by your story and how you're helping other people. And anyone that's trying to launch a business, I definitely encourage them to reach out to you. Can you tell us where all of your social media handles are and what your websites are and everything like that?
I mean, if you go to jefftheentrepreneur.com or Jeff the Entrepreneur, that's probably the best way you can Google that, or Jeff J. Cunningham. My older brother's name is Jay, so I own that. That's why I'll always start with jeffjcunningham.com. That leads to my podcast. You can find everything under there. The best way to get in touch with me is DM me on Instagram at Jeff the Entrepreneur. That's probably the best way. On Twitter, I'm more active on Twitter now. That's probably more of my political stuff where it's probably bad. Jeff the Entrepreneur with a 1, I guess. It's kind of what it is.
I'm on Twitter. I'll follow you. I love Twitter. Yeah. I'm always on Twitter.
And TikTok, I'm relaunching on Jeff the Entrepreneur. I do a little test one on Jeff J. Cunningham, but it's really embarrassing. I don't know how to do TikTok, so don't really follow that one because it's just embarrassing. I'm going to do money tips on Jeff the Entrepreneur really quick about awesome. Everything. So how long have you had your marketing business, though, for?
So I've had my agency for 2 years. I had my whole career in advertising. I have a degree in communication advertising and multimedia. So I've been in marketing and advertising for over 10 years. So I have had my agency for 2 and really know the importance of having an accountability group. So I'm with Dennis Yu.
I'm Lewis House now, so he's great. Look him up. There's a live with me and him, similar to Grant. He's the reason for my recent success. Anybody doesn't know Lewis House, he has an inner circle that's really cool that I'm a part of. So yeah, I encourage everybody, no matter what level coach you are, you never know anything, get to people you don't know. I was I'm a protege of Grant Cardone's services, his 10X mentorship groups, all that. That's made me kind of get to where I am. And then Lewis has given me the tools. I have a book coming out called Getting Rich in Recession. I have an Amazon Prime show where it's inspiring others always to make more money on Speak Up. That's being filmed in August with my brother Joshua with Growth, who's great. And then, yeah, I have a course coming out too that's going to have a debt elimination course. A lot of my clients have debt, so just kind of teach them how to do that and show the difference between good debt and bad debt. And it's basically a lead generation course. So people have a lot of time getting leads, doing it so you can do it yourself and trade people. And that's the same system I'm going to be using for my software that I'll be launching out later, probably next year, called Postflow. But I am a sponsor right now. I got to record a video for Fans Plan, which is paying me money to film their video. Are you on Fans Plan or no?
No, I just saw you post it on your Instagram story. That sounds so exciting.
So I get paid to sponsor them. They're really cool. My buddy, actually, he's more of a fan of me, actually. His name's Jackie Lee Matthews. He watched me as I met Dana White and Dr. J, the stock dude, at the 10X Growth Con last year. Talked to Floyd Mayweather as I was very active on the Jumbotron with all these people. He's like, dude, you inspire me, this, that. My whole thing is tomorrow's not promised to anybody, right? I'm going for it. Whatever I'm going to do, as soon as I get off this call, I'm going to do exactly what I want to do in my life to get to meet the goals that I want. 77 million in 3 years sounds crazy. It doesn't matter if anybody believes it, I believe it. And the way I believe I'm going to do it is by helping other people make more money. And by doing that and offering services and books and testimonies and just building up kind of a fan base of everything, but building up a community. We're actually going to be launching, this is a secret here, I don't know when this is going to post, Changing Lives Entourage, which is just going to be a group of people who really want to change lives, who are going to be welcomed in, and we're going to have like a exclusive group for people as well. That's kind of being formed in the back end by my funnel team right now. So that's really cool, actually, you know?
That is so exciting. I love what you're doing. I did post something similar, like a way to help people win, or the way to win is to help others win. So it sounds like that's what you're doing.
I think you're great. Do you like having an agency? I had an agency for a little bit. I learned very quickly what it was going to be like, see the future. It was Take Two Media. We were all your service media. We do everything.
I think
and
I
then
just that.
If you go to take2-media.com, you'll see that I now switched over that .com to Changing Lives Financial. I'm going to put it on there. The whole bones of the new Changing Lives Financial business that my brother Josh Lewis is going to own is under there. But when I had the digital marketing bit, I realized, man, I'm doing all this to bid for a job, do that. How could it comes down to leads. How could I get leads better? And that's when I started to build the software. I owned Take Two Social for a while. I white labeled that. That did pretty well. And then I reinvested with my business partner, Mr. AC, Ahmad, into something called Bread Earners, which was supposed to make people money. As soon as COVID happened, I went in where we hit a kink to kind of get the last part going, which happens all the time in software. So I'm actually we're structuring that out, kind of how we're gonna figure that out. But Bread Earners is definitely one of the things I'm proud of. It's purple. I love purple, so.
Yeah, I love being an agency owner. You know, it was my next step. But I did tell myself in the beginning of the year that I want to get paid for being me. If you look at people that are getting paid for being them, they own so many brands underneath them, like Paris Hilton, right? She slaps her name on a perfume. She slaps her name on a lookbook. You know, so eventually I want to get paid to be me. I mean, I'd even like to be the female Joe Rogan.
Yeah, so you're doing it right now. So wait, what are you waiting for then? Like, you know what I mean? Just do it now.
So
like,
my agency, but you know, one great thing I've learned too is to build systems and to work on your business, not in your business. So I was saying I don't do editing anymore for other people. I don't charge for that. I'm not trading my manual time for money anymore. So, I mean, I'm working less and less in my business and just building my brand. So, you know, it's not like a typical ad agency where I'm there 8 hours a day doing magazine layout and stuff like that, you know, especially since everything shut down. But so, I mean, I have a handful of clients and I put a lot of energy into them, but 50% of the time, all the energy is going into my own brand. So, and
I think that's smart. So literally, you have so much knowledge from being from an agency and where you're at too. You could probably help out a lot of younger kids who starting up agencies or anything like that.
I love that.
I can use it as a resource to connect you with. I coach some young kids sometimes for free to just get them on the thing. Although I'm doing less now that I signed a deal with my funnel team, everything goes through him. Do no free coaching sessions now, but I used to. And what I used to do is connect the kids to something else, and then, or not even just kids, other people too. You know, like even Anna Gonzalez is doing pretty good, but maybe So I think you would be a great thing. And the biggest thing that I coach is something that I learned from Antonio White. This is how I got to where I am, because I'm making money from my brand right now, right? So like, if I'm doing it, I always see people and I always got insulted. Jeff, if you're doing it, I can do it. And I used to be like, come on, I'm like, I think I'm on the level of Elon Musk. Like, I think I'm that smart, like 100%. Like, and I don't mean that in any way to brag. I just have done more stuff. Like when I was 12, I wanted to buy a rocket. You know what I mean? And I got a skateboard instead. If I got the rocket, I'd be the one on the moon right now. Like, I'd be the one launching them. Like literally, like I like writing code. Like certain things that I do and on this, like I'm not living to my full potential. Any day I feel like I'm always trying to catch up to it, right?
I mean, just the way that you're allocating your time in itself and breaking down the minutes that you have every day, that's a talent. That's a skill.
And the biggest thing, I'm good at making money, so I'll take that money and I'll invest it and I'll pay people at a very good rate. So I'm good at selling the vision, right? So to do editing, so I'll take time to record a podcast and then I'll edit and put it out there. I'd love to throw this up on my channel too. If you send this over to me, we'll throw this on my YouTube.
Oh yes, of course.
So because this now will be on my channel, just because I make that executive decision, because I can, I love it. How can people follow you and find you? Because I don't.
Well, they can look up my brand agency Instagram at just add me, and my personal Instagram is Angie Smalls, so it's ANGEESMALLZ, and you can follow. I do have a public figure Facebook page, so you can look up my full name, Angelica Pequeno. So that's where I got my nickname, Angie Smalls, because that's what that means. And, I dabble in a lot of things. I actually run an entertainment brand as well, Style, Life, and Music, so Slam TV. But, I'm using all the skills that I have, and they all are relevant, building brand awareness, interviews, connecting with people, I already said interviewing, but, I can apply the skills that I've used and learned and try and bring awareness of my own brand, which I always tell people, because I have a marketing group as well on Facebook. It's a private marketing group. And I always tell them, we're all entrepreneurs and we all need to know the importance of branding yourself first. You brand yourself, you are the package. Jeff, the entrepreneur, you are a package. You have so many businesses under your brand, Jeff, the entrepreneur. So me, myself, my brand, my agency has been put in front of my own identity. Like you were saying that, you didn't realize that was me. And I think that's good that I was able to.
Good thing for a pretty Spanish girl, because I know a few girls who have done it. Just talking to my friend Ana Gonzalez, she's like, yeah, I should have done that. Not to say you couldn't. I think it's more challenging, especially like Billy Brand on Instagram.
It's definitely more challenging, and I get approached all the time to do an OnlyFans. And I don't think I would do that because, everything's a job. Everything is a job, even in OnlyFans.
Yeah, no, 100% it is. I know a few people that I've encouraged, like, hey, just do that. That's where you're at. That's your best strategy. If you want to make money now, that's where your audience will go. But at the end of the day, it's your life. You're going to control your life. Like, if you want to do something for that, whatever you want to do. Like, I put everything, all my skeletons and demons I've put out there before. I've done like a lot of crazy stuff. Actually, we were talking about the other day. But my whole thing is like, own it, put it out there, and let people know. Because if people know, then whatever you're doing in your vision of what you want to do, get very clear on what you want to do, and then go out there and do it. Then go out there and create it. Who do you got in the background?
Stop it! It's my dog, Bella. Come here.
What do you got? A little dog, don't you?
She's messing up my backdrop.
I knew it. See, look, she has the little dog. You're totally that girl. But she's adorable. What's the dog's name?
Bella.
Yeah.
She just messed up my backdrop.
What I was gonna say was, Antonio White, Pitch Freak, taught me this. He has a great book, Close with Your Open. He teaches it this way: value, emotion, subtle call to action. I flip it: emotion, connect with emotion, provide value for them, and then, hey, follow Jeff Entrepreneurs to do the same thing, right? So just always kind of lead with that wherever you go, whether it's LinkedIn, anything like that, because people even will buy with emotion. I do say, I am more lucky to be a guy because I can definitely monetize out of my brand more and don't have to worry about that. Although I will have been on coaching sessions by like girls, I'm like, do they just think I'm cute or what's the deal? And then they're like trying to flirt to not pay. When I first started doing it was not good.
You didn't give any of them a discount code?
No, nobody, man. I'm trying to make $77 million. That doesn't come by discount codes, for the right reasons. Like, I just want to do it just to prove I can do it. Like, I became a lifeguard when they told me I couldn't become a lifeguard. When Jackie was like, you can't become a lifeguard, and I raised my hand, I did that. I became a quarterback when I was last, couldn't become a quarterback. So I just love doing it. And a lot of people laughed at me that I'm not going to do it. And as I've kind of gotten some more, that's why I got in the software business, I got it for the wrong reasons, for the money, because of the buyout and everything like that. It was the wrong reasons, but through it, the reason why I pivoted to bread earners is because I realized I was trying to make money and make other people money, but it was really the money. And the quickest way, you got to be smart with your money, but the quickest way to get money is just to chase it totally. You'll still get it. Not like you won't get it, okay? You will get it, but it'll be very, disheartening. You got to realize why. So I realized the why of helping people make money, like how I can make money, is really that's it. So that bread earners is software that eventually will help people make money online somehow. Make bread.
Awesome. Well, I can't wait to follow your journey and to hitting your 77 million goal. And that's to fund Kokomo J's. Is that right?
Yeah. When I hit it in profit, then I will open up the first Kokomo J's. If I find a location better that makes money, and it's right timing, because timing's everything, especially in entrepreneurship, I'll open it sooner. I'm looking at Florida and Texas to buy real estate next. I'm going to buy a 37 unit next there. I might even buy in South Carolina because I just got some looks there. Or Costa Rica, if you show me something in Costa Rica, So.
Hey, yeah. I mean, I hear the rent down there is cheap, really cheap.
Well, that's not good for an investor then. I want high rents, right?
You can rent a house for $350 a month down there.
So yeah, maybe I'll go there and rent, but then I'll own property here. Then if that's the case, I don't know. Are you Jesus girl or no?
Yeah, oh yeah, I'm definitely.
So there's a verse, Matthew 24, that says, "In the end times, and whether or not it's end times is anybody's guess. I stay close to the Lord. I pray for people all the time. I'm very transparent how I am. I'm a Jesus guy when it comes down to it. But the Lord says in Matthew 24 that during the end times we'll move to places that'll be safe for you. So I'm going to say, Connecticut, man, I don't plan on being here. You don't own the real estate; they own it. You got to have great tenants. Luckily, I have great tenants right now. I love all of them. They follow all my journey. They watch everything I do. A lot of them made more money because of me. I'm encouraging one of my older tenants, Nancy. She's old. I lowered someone's rent to help her fund and try and buy a lake house to rent it out. So, which most real estate investors don't do that.
No, they don't. That's really great.
Well, I enjoyed all the time we had here today.
Me too. This is such a good episode. I know so many people are going to want to see the rest of your journey and follow you, and definitely amazing.
You as well, I'm sure. I mean, maybe hopefully not for the right reasons. So. But what was I going to say? So what's one good marketing tip, because you're in marketing, you could give me? Like, I always want to, that's why I ask questions. Like, I always get on these interviews, I'm always curious. I want to, what do you think something I could do better?
That's a tough one because you're everywhere. And I think that's great for branding, be everywhere at once.
Right, Grant teaches that, omnipresence.
Omnipresence, I love that word. I think I did listen to 10X because I remember that word.
Yeah, no, it's great.
No, I'm pretty sure I have it here in my Audible. I just kind of haven't listened to it in a while. But my best marketing tip is to be consistent.
Okay, yeah. Well, that's it. That's definitely a great tip. That's one thing I'm not doing right now because the editing I might have to get in, edit some of my own videos and get them up there on YouTube. Weekly videos. I was trying to do 2 videos a week on Jeff J. Cunningham on YouTube. Money tips, chase your dreams. We're doing a video soon about FanSplan, a review on that, and about the best investment you can do that nobody knows about. So.
Yeah. So I think once I started becoming consistent, you know, that's when you get inbound leads and you don't have to market so much for outbound. People start approaching you. So that would be my best marketing tip.
Good, I love it. With that said, I'm actually going to go and record a YouTube video now on FanSplan right now.
Awesome. Okay. Well, we're going to follow you on your Instagram and look you up on YouTube, subscribe to your YouTube channel. And thank you so much for taking time out of your day today to speak with me. And it was such a pleasure talking to you. And
yeah, I look forward to getting meet Kevin on here. I want to see that whole list. When you get Gary Vee, you can get them all. And if you have any help, I can help you get some. You can definitely get Manny Lopez. It's supposed to be on mine. That was one of the guys who got an invite. I have a big connection with him. He has a big heart for the right stuff, you know. So. All
right, I'm gonna send this video to Kevin.
Boom, yeah, send it to him. And hey, Kevin, what's up, man? If you see me, we can all do better. I'll just say it that way. All right.
Definitely, he's doing it. He's doing it.
It's better than doing nothing, I guess. You know, but you got to be proud of the legacy you live. You got to look back and not have any regrets. I have a lot of regrets for doing a lot of stuff wrong.
His course, he's making $350,000 a month on YouTube right now.
Yeah, no. Listen, money is easy to be made. You can make money doing anything right now. Like you got to not think like, and this is the thing, it's baby money. You know what I mean? Like right now we just printed $2 trillion. We're not catching up right now. Like this is why I try to wake people up and be so passionate about it and get out there and do more, right? Like 100%, that's great. And it's encouraging that if he can do it, you can do it, right? Anybody can do it too, right? People just like listening to me, Kevin, because he's funny and he does his little thing too, right? There's no reason why you couldn't take it because he's gotten that information from somewhere and just transfer it in a better way. That's all people are doing all the time too. And then if you can sell it and market it just like he does, that's how it is. He's done. You got to respect the cycle and how he's done everything, which is great. But yeah, you just got to make sure you know exactly. You got to be intentional about what type of money you want to make.
That's a great word.
Impact, and then you'll get there too. You know. So.
Yeah, with that intention, that's a huge part of execution. So, thank you so much, Jeff. So nice talking to you, learning more about you, and can't wait to stay connected. So.
And neither can I. Can't wait to post this on. Send this to me. I'll post it on here, and can't wait to follow you and look at your journey going forward as well.
Oh, thank you, Jeff.